Live from Southern California, it's time for another episode of Cook Live with Chrissy and Dr. Kristi. Turn on the oven, light up the stove, and get ready for another delicious recipe from our plant-based cancer-kicking kitchen. And without further ado, here are your hosts, Dr. Christy Funk and Chrissy Roth.
This is probably the worst day ever to be in the flames of the grill. We both are like, can we dress half naked? Like, that would be really useful. I'm already so hot. We have no AC in the house. My back is like dripping sweat down, and my hair's on top of my head.
I should have done that.
But anyway, we're really excited about our summer barbecue goodness.
We are.
It should be called Bye Bye Summer since it's like
exactly.
basically 10
See you,
seconds left.
summer.
Yeah. But to be fair, June and July were terribly cold and awful.
They were.
Yeah.
They were.
So this is feeling very summery.
It feels summery, that's for sure.
Indeed. So now, as you may have seen if you logged in, today we're making 4 different food recipes and 1 drink recipe. So 5 recipes. Be sure to log on to pinklotus.com/kitchen and take a look at the 4 most recent. They'll be at the top, the drinks a little bit down, because I posted it a while ago and I want to boast it has 27,000 views. People like my mango mule.
I guess they do.
They do. So anyway, that's what you're going to need to cook along with us today is the recipes. I really want people to start cooking along.
I know. That would be so fun.
They
Is
just
anyone
sort of
cooking along?
watch. I love someone's called plant-based.
Hi, Bobby. Put your camera on, Bobby.
Okay, Bobby. Last time.
Come on, girl.
Our wiener last time. Okay, so as always, as with every Cook Live recipe, we promise.
Yay, there she is.
That was your cue. We promise
This dish delivers.
For those of you who don't know, I'm Dr. Christy Funk, board-certified breast cancer surgeon and your health warrior at all things pinklotus.com.
I'm Chrissy Roth. I'm a physical therapist. I also I'm certified in plant-based nutrition, and I love cooking plant-based meals for my family and anyone else who wants to eat them. I love making them.
So one of the many things we do here at Pink Lotus is to show you live, up close and personal, just in simple, really practical ways, how every single time you lift fork to mouth, food is delicious medicine. All right, today we are giving away, Chrissy, please, Vanna, a Norpro, what's it called? Norpro. Norpro stainless steel barbecue skewer set. I did all this like internet research and apparently double thumbs up to this one as being the best out there. There's so much controversy. Do I use wooden? Do I use metal? Is the metal round? Is it angled? Don't enter into the fray. Just believe me, get the Norpro. They're great. And they won. Okay, so one lucky Zoom participant will walk away today with a set of skewers. A little bit more on how to do that later. All right, so speaking of our Zoomers, where is everyone from today? What city or country are you in? Let us know in the chat.
Let's see. I know where Bobby's from. Manhattan Beach.
She looks like she's in your kitchen.
I know.
All right, get typing Manhattan Beach. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she's cooking
She's
with
cooking.
us. Yay!
Yay! We got the sprouted tofu from Trader Joe's. I recognize that
Awesome.
packaging. All right, sweet. And Randy's from Palm Desert. Terrific. I just fell in love with pickleball in Palm Desert. It's the first time we played. 3 hours straight. We didn't stop. I was undefeated, so of course it's my new favorite game.
Of course it is.
All right. So we'll welcome everyone. I'm sure more will join as we get going. Chrissy, you ready to get
I am.
this
Let's
show
do
on
it.
the road?
Let's get sweaty.
All right. If you're cooking live with us, like Bobby, remember you can use the interactive recipe checklist. So you put on cook mode, your screen won't go off, and then you can click off your ingredients one by one as you use them. We do have a small tradition here at Cook Live. We always start with a drink, a mocktail, if you will. And today we're going to prepare our mango mule. So let's get started.
Let's do it.
So the recipe for 2 is to put in 10 slices of cucumber, which I got there. And then we're going to put in an ounce of simple syrup. You could use like agave nectar or something else, but I made my own simple syrup.
Nice.
which is over here. That would be lime juice, which is equal parts simple sugar and water. You can do it in a stovetop if you're making a big batch. This was tiny, so I just did it in the microwave. So we're doing 1 ounce. I'll use my jigger for that. 1 ounce of simple syrup, and then I'm going to do some muddling. And then can you let me know? It's been a second since I made this. What do I do next?
Sure.
After that, add the mango puree and lime juice.
Yeah.
And then we're going to shakety shake.
Yeah. Lime juice shake with ice.
And top with beer.
Pour it
Okay.
in my glass.
Ginger beer. Okay, so muddling takes some muscle.
Get your workout.
I'm really excited about our barbecuing, the skewers.
I know, me too. And you've made them.
I have.
Yeah, they're so good. They're like a family favorite.
But your marinade is yours. I haven't made your marinade.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, so that looks good. Now we're going to do 3 ounces of a mango puree.
All right.
This is I was at Whole Foods. I couldn't find like pure mango. It's a mango blend, but
all right.
it's
That's all right. That's so good.
biodynamic and
There
organic.
you go.
So.
All right.
All right. So we'll do 3 ounces of that.
Okay.
And then
I love mango.
you and Justin. I can't. That kid.
Yeah, it's so
He'd eat the pit if he could.
I know. I'm always like chewing on the pit.
And then we have 1.5 ounces, I think, of lime.
Going back.
3
No,
ounces.
3 ounces.
3 ounces.
Bring on the
okay.
lime.
So we've got.
I have a question about sweetener
In there.
because I haven't asked you about this. What
Yeah.
do you think of allulose?
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it
Yeah.
a lot. I like the taste better than monk fruit.
I
or
haven't
erythritol.
tried it, but it's
Yeah.
just the same as all
Yeah.
those others. Yeah.
I do like it. It's not a sugar alcohol though, so I don't think it makes you puts you in the bathroom like some of the other ones.
Oh, okay. I guess I don't really add that much sugar to stuff.
Yeah, I know.
There was the seed of the. I got it. You're not going to be eating it. I got the top of the lime in there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and now we're gonna shake.
All right.
And pour over ice, and then we will garnish with. We'll add the ginger beer, and then we'll garnish
Perfect.
with a sprig of mint and
What
a
is-
little wheel of
What is
cucumber.
that?
This is ginger beer.
Oh, that's the ginger beer. Oh,
Yes.
it's in such a cute bottle.
Betty Buzz.
Betty Buzz. Loving that. How cute.
It's like 4 ounces, right?
It says 4 ounces. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
It's 2 to each.
I see it buzzing.
I know.
You see it? It's going to be very fizzy. Okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna, you know what, I have a little spoon thing here I'm gonna use to get out some random piece of lime.
All right. I'm going to put us back on our
All right.
skewers. I'm so excited to put.
Even my mint is like completely fresh today. I got it.
Oh, the sugar substitute we like is
wilting.
allulose.
It's already
it's
wilting.
easy to find now. It was hard to find for a while. They even have it at Trader Joe's. It's like in a bag.
My mint is so sad because it's so hot.
Oh, I know.
It's
It's
already-
wilted. That's okay.
Okay.
It'll still taste good.
It will. I'm gonna make it very cute with my wheel. Okay.
Very pretty.
Thank you.
Excited to try it. Cheers.
Cheers.
friend.
Happy summer.
Happy summer.
Cheers, everyone.
Oh my goodness.
That's
Winner.
really delish.
This
No
might,
wonder
be,
why I
my,
have so
this
many.
might be my favorite one. Well,
I love this.
you know how I feel about mango.
All right. Cheers, everyone.
That's delicious.
Let's get barbecuing.
Let's. All right, so our skewers are there. We're gonna make the tofu marinade first because that needs to sit. Tofu does not need to be marinated. It's not like meat that needs to be marinated overnight or anything like that. You can marinate it, just get it covered. It really doesn't have to sit that long, which is kind of nice. So the ingredients for the marinade, if you're not looking at it right now, is so we're gonna start with 3 teaspoons of, I always say tamari because I have to be gluten-free, so I use tamari, but you can use soy sauce. You can also use bragg amino acids, although I think those are saltier than 3, hold on, did I see? Tablespoons.
Oh, 3
tablespoons, yeah.
Oh,
So that's 3.
That's
so,
1
yeah, sorry.
tablespoon.
Sorry, I
That
did
one's
say
1.
teaspoon, but I meant tablespoon. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I think bragg amino acids are a little saltier if you add them. They kind of overpower everything, so you kind of can cut down on how much you use if you use those.
Okay, so speaking of salt, this is hilarious. So Michael Greger's coming out with this new book, How Not to Age. So excited!
Oh, yeah.
And I got a whole preview with an hour lecture where he went through some things. And some of the top 5 reasons why people age are not enough fruits, not enough vegetables, not enough whole grains, not enough exercise or legumes, forget, but
maybe both.
Too much salt. It's actually scientifically shown to be one of the top 5 reasons.
He talks about salt all the time, and most of the time he's talking about it, I'm like, la 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 la.
Right, we like to add a little. Okay, so
Yeah.
fast forward, then he says they did a study with using new salt, or there were like 3 different ones.
Yeah,
okay?
right.
And people did not taste the difference in their food.
Really?
And it was a longevity study, and it went on for, I'm going to misquote, so I'll have to read the book and I'll let you know. But it went on for a while because what they found was a 2-year difference in survival, in lifespan.
Cow.
So I immediately came home,
All right.
bought 6 bottles of new salt, replaced everything with that, and I kid you not, yesterday, Sebastian, who is a saltaholic, so he's like, Mom, I'm an athlete, I'm like going to be pro, and I
sweat a lot,
sweat so
yeah.
much, I need more sodium than anybody else. So, but he's like I can't even, if I go to eat his leftovers because he doesn't finish it, I'll be I forget that he salted like crazy. Okay, so here he goes. I made the just egg, the mung bean, just eggs. And he comes in the kitchen and he puts the salt on, and I'm like, and he's like, Mom, you know how you were talking about Michael Greger and you're going to change the salt? When are you going to do that?
Yes,
I
that's
said,
awesome.
I don't know yet. What do you think of that, though? Like, do you need that salt on your eggs? Does it taste good? Yeah, of course, Mom. I love it. He puts more on, and he's eating it. And then I was going to let it go for a while, but then he circled back around, and he's like, I bet that stuff's going to taste like crap. And I said, well, you've been eating it for the last 10 minutes. And he's like, what? And he took the whole thing, and he put it on his tongue, and he's like, oh, it's disgusting. And he put it back over there. And he's like, well, yeah.
Oh my
he was
gosh.
just like, no, not having
Teenagers,
it. Liar.
yeah.
All right. We have
New
a
salt.
question. Where do I buy new salt? So it's spelled NUSALT. And I got a 6-pack on Amazon.
Oh.
3 ounces per.
Okay.
I want to try to find a bulk one because I know Sebastian, I'll just go through it. So why buy
What
a
is
little?
it?
Oh, it's potassium chloride.
Okay, that's what I
Instead of
thought.
sodium,
Sodium chloride.
it's potassium.
It's been a salt substitute like for a long time. Like anything that's a salt substitute usually
Yeah.
is potassium. But maybe have they done something to make it taste a little more like salt?
I don't know. I thought it
tastes
I
like
never
salt.
thought it didn't, but I don't really remember trying it.
Well,
Okay.
that's cool. I'm glad because yeah. I'm going to try it. I actually haven't tried it. I mean, I don't put salt on stuff, but I do make a lot of Asian food, and I do use my tamari. Maybe a little too liberally. There's a lot of sodium in it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all right. We'll be more careful with that. Okay, so
What comes next for your marinade?
the next thing is 2 tablespoons of hoisin.
Hoisin.
Yes.
Okay. And
Keeping in mind that this is it Celtic salt? No, no. That's just another type
like
of
Himalayan
salt.
salt. Like it's
But
just
that
like,
is still sodium chloride.
Yeah.
And we're looking for potassium chloride, which is just it
maybe
tastes
it's
salty,
potassium
but
iodide. Okay, you get the next one. Let me grab this and
it
show
doesn't
everybody.
cause the issues that salt causes. Okay, now we're going to add 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. No, we don't love oils. We don't use oils when we cook, but this, if you're cooking this type of food, will give it a lot of flavor, and it will get your family to eat more tofu.
This is adorable. I think I can read this tiny writing.
Oh, let's see. I have my glasses on. I'm acting all like I can see well, but I can't. But I have glasses on. Yeah, it just says to use it if you have kidney issues.
Kidney issues, diabetes,
Yeah, but it's just new
hypertension.
salt.
I feel like it could be
Leave it on,
potassium
I'm gonna try
iodide
it.
or
Yeah.
chloride. I'm not sure which one. But
It's
anyway.
chloride. No, it is chloride.
Okay, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. Okay, so I added the sesame oil. We're gonna do 2 cloves of minced garlic. So
Right
just
here?
a little, yeah, because I mean, if you love garlic, go for it.
I love garlic.
Okay, then go for it.
No, I'll be kind to you because you may have some.
No,
later.
don't. You don't have to.
Okay, we'll just do 1 for you.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yep.
But you don't have to because you guys are gonna eat it. 1 tablespoon of grated ginger. We always like to show people, if you already have been with us, we peel ginger with a spoon because if you're using a peeler, you often peel your hand, your fingers, so that's not so fun. So I already did it with my spoon. I'm gonna get everything off of it, and then you could buy the kind that stays in the fridge too. That's already minced. That's very handy. They actually have one at Trader Joe's that is in the frozen section.
Oh yeah, in a little glass jar.
In a little, yeah.
Oh no, the cubes?
Frozen, yeah, the cubes. So there's a lot of ways to do ginger,
also
but
have
I'm just going to do it this way.
I'm gonna
And
keep going.
you just grate, and then, you know, it'll all be stuck on your grater, and you just whoop, get it off.
Tablespoon of maple syrup.
And a teaspoon of sriracha. And that is just a teaspoon, not a tablespoon. Unless you like things super hot, then go for it. Okay, I'm putting that in there.
Get the sriracha.
Put this to the side. 1 teaspoon of sriracha. Optional. It's optional, but it gives you a little heat. So if you like a little heat, there's nothing spicy in this unless you add the sriracha. So you can add. Feel free to add as much as you want. You can't really add it later because you're marinating. So
there we go.
Right. Mix her up. Okay, so our tofu is being pressed by our tofu bud press.
Which was
Betty
a giveaway.
Betty Ann was the proud winner of the last giveaway, which was a tofu bud. Betty Ann, have you used it? Where is she? Oh, maybe she's not here. I thought she was. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It slides
there
out.
we go. There we go. Got it. Okay.
So we'll chop this up
So we're gonna cut the tofu. And this is bigger than we usually cut it because it has to go in the skewers. And if you cut it here's 2 things. If you don't drain it enough, it's going to fall apart on the skewers. If you cut it too small, it's going to fall apart on the skewers, unless you use wooden skewers that are very skinny, in which case you'll probably be okay. So, but we're using metal skewers, so we're going to do it a little bigger.
Okay, right. Yay big?
Yeah, that should. No. Yeah, that's good. You have to remember we're marinating, so the more surfaces that are covered, it ends up being more tasty because you have more marinade on it. If smaller chunks will have a little more marinade, but that's okay. All right.
Pour half the marinade in,
yeah? Yeah.
Or 3/4?
Yeah, I would do 3/4. And again, we're just going to set this to the side. You could put it in the fridge if you want. And yeah, go ahead and just toss it around there, and then we could put a little more on the ends.
Okay.
So a lot of the marinade is going to cook off, but it's still going to have that flavor, which is very nice. Okay, so we're going to let that, while that's marinating, and if you put the top on, we can flip it a couple times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do our veggie chopping.
Yeah, we'll do our chopping. Okay, I saw a way to chop a pepper. I was just watching someone cook, and they chopped a pepper different than I normally chop my pepper.
Let me see.
I'm on the fence of whether I like my way better than their way, but I'll show you. I thought it was kind of neat. Because you don't want the white pithy part of the pepper on the pepper when you're using it. So what did they do? Okay, they went like this. And then they just started cutting around. And you can look into the pepper and see where that is. Mm-hmm. And you go all the way around like that. So yeah, it got most of it. But anyway, so then you end up with this, and then you can cut it. So it's kind of fun. It's kind of a challenge, which makes it fun. Ooh, can I get it all in one piece or not? And then that's one way of doing it. And then the other way that I usually do it is I just come down this way, and then I pay attention to where that green part, that white part is, and I just avoid it by looking into it. So you can kind of play around with what's more fun. Or if you chop a lot of peppers, you can try both ways because it just gives you a different way of doing things. I always like mixing it up. It's kind of fun. All right, and then I use the bottom. I know people don't use the bottom of the pepper, and I really don't know why.
I do.
It tastes great.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste any different. It's a little thicker, but it seems kind of crazy not to use it. I use as much as I can of it. You do want to get the seeds out, though, because pepper seeds they don't taste good, and they're not great for you. Hold on. I forgot to take the tag off. You don't want to grill any tags on your food.
What is the deal with
stickers.
all my fruit? Peaches, apples, nectarines, and those crazy sticking stickers.
I know.
And the cucumbers, I just have to cut it off because I feel like I'm leaving toxic glue behind.
I know.
I can't even get it peeled
annoying. That's why it's nice to go, if you have a local farmer's market, it's nice to go there because you don't have to deal with the stickers usually. Although some of them have them because they sell them to the, some of them still have them on there. All right, so the peppers are almost done. And then we're going to add okay, so here's the thing. You can use whatever vegetables you want on the skewer. This is what I always use, but you can add all sorts of veggies to it. Right now it's red onion, peppers. Oh, I should say though, certain veggies grill at different, some will get really well done really fast. Most of these take about the same amount of time. The tofu grills really fast. So I often will put the tofu on a separate skewer because by the time these veggies are done, the tofu is just completely
overdone.
Yeah, overdone. So it looks really nice though with the tofu on the skewer. So you could try it both ways and just see if it works out for you. Because we just did the tofu with such big chunks, it might end up fine.
Right.
But when I do little chunks of tofu, because JD likes tofu like smaller,
I
just do that separately. Okay, the sweat is starting. Enjoy.
Oh.
It's like 90, right?
I love that JD has an opinion on the size of his tofu.
Oh, he definitely does. Yeah, he definitely does.
All right, I think we're going to skewer this like as a wedge.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Zucchini. Oh, oh my gosh, it's 92 degrees. That's why we're sweating. Just a little fact. Once I start, it's not gonna stop. All right.
I know, I ride the bike to work every day. I rode the boys to school this morning,
Yeah.
but my first patient wasn't till 9, and I was like, I'm gonna hightail it home so I can shower and
Yeah.
drive. Because if I come back to this cooking show having just ridden my bike.
All right, so we have everything chopped. And now the fun part, if you have kids or a helpful husband, have them do the skewing. Or a boyfriend or friend, best friend, whatever. Have them do the skewer. Oh, where's your...
green trash.
Okay, green trash.
Okay, we've got some shroomies. Okay, I wanted to wax eloquent about shrooms while you
Oh yeah, I was hoping you would.
thread.
Love shrooms.
Here, I'll trade you. You want to rinse those puppies?
Yeah.
So we've talked in the past about how mushrooms, they have anti-neoplastic properties. The white button, for example, in a huge study of many Chinese women where they eat enough mushrooms to actually see if it makes a difference, showed that high versus low consumers had 64% less breast cancer. And the quantity of mushroom, the lowly cheapo white button, was a half of a button, the tip of your thumb, basically,
Wow.
a day.
I didn't
So
realize
that
it was that
equivalent.
little.
It was that little. So then I started researching like if there's anything new under the sun about mushrooms. And well, I'm not talking about toxic ones. I highly recommend staying away from them. And I'm not talking about psychedelics, although the psilocybin in magic mushrooms has been shown to help people's depression and anxiety when they have metastatic cancer. Yeah, so it's helpful for that.
Or even if you don't have cancer. I mean,
Right. It's
they're
like
doing a lot of studies now. I mean, there's so much more coming out about that. It's really pretty fascinating.
Right. But that's not where I'm going. I'm going for actual biochemical changes and increasing in like T helper cells and natural killer cells and like where the science shows that mushrooms are helpful. So we have our medicinal mushrooms, which are typically like reishi, chaga, lion's mane, cordyceps, that family. And then your culinary mushrooms, which can overlap a little, like shiitakes in both camps, but your culinary are the white button, let me think, shiitake, cremini, oyster, portobello.
Oh, yeah.
Your basic ones that you're going to find.
The ones that you find at the store not in the shishi section, which I like that they have a lot more of the lion's mane and that you can find them in some of the markets. Sprouts has like a mixed mushroom box of really fun.
Yeah, so does Whole Foods, because I was just shopping for this today.
Oh, they did,
and saw
okay.
it. Yeah, it's $8.
Yes, I know. It's not cheap.
But if you were to go to a restaurant or whatever and order the side of mixed medicinal and culinary mushrooms, it would be $18.
Yeah, I was on a trip and I had they had lion's mane mushrooms that were made into like steak, like marinated and grilled, and they were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, they're really those are those ones that are like a lion's mane.
Yeah,
they're really thick.
Yeah. Okay.
So what the newer research is showing is that these mushrooms are not only anti-neoplastic, but they're anti-Alzheimer's, so they help protect against neurodegenerative disorders as well as back to depression. So a lot of neural enhancement. And so there was this one interesting study from 2017 that I saw that showed it was a diet dietary logs, study, but they followed people from 2005 to 2016. So it was a pretty sizable duration, 11 years, 25,000 people. Okay, and then they separated their dietary constituents. Guess how many people were in the literally like, I cannot stand that, not going to eat that mushroom group, like 0 mushroom consumption. 24,000.
Holy cow.
It's like unfathomable to a mushroom lover like me. So 24,000 no mushroom people, 1,000 who ate mushrooms showed a 70% decrease in depression.
Wow.
And in the 1,000 who ate mushrooms, it was dose independent, meaning just a few mushrooms or fistfuls, didn't matter. Like just getting mushrooms in you, even small quantities daily, led to less depression.
That's so good to know. I mean, because a lot of times you think you have to eat so much of these foods, and so often you don't. You just need like a half a cup or a mushroom.
Right.
Which is
and
fantastic.
The phytonutrient, the two that they've elucidated, one is ergothioneine, to be a mood stabilizer and decreases depression. And ultimately, the bottom line is it decreases oxidative stress. But it was only in 2017 that they uncovered that the white button, again, back to the cheap one, has the highest concentration of glutathione of any food on planet Earth.
Cooked or not cooked?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know. Who is it that always talks about blowing off the ergotamine, which is like this tiny poison? But
by cooking it,
was like one study back in like 2000.
Okay.
So I don't know if I can believe it.
All right, good. Because I like raw mushrooms.
Anyway, there you go.
But we're going to cook them.
Shroom it up.
Yeah, shroom it up. All
Okay,
right,
skewer it
tofu.
up.
Where's the tofu?
It's in the fridge.
So should we do it all
Should
together?
we start beans? Do we need more marinating? No, we're too.
No, let's do it. Let's do it because they have to cook for a while.
Okay.
We might as well.
And I can't wait to go outside in the heat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm actually
Right.
so excited that we're grilling outside. You get to see my pretty backyard. And I'm obsessed. I cannot wait till we get to the whipped cream. I am so excited.
No, you know what? Sorry, when I said let's do it, I
Let's
meant
do
the
beans.
Yeah, but they just don't have to be in the fridge. So let's just let it keep doing this thing.
All right.
So you can see the tofu. It's got a nice amount of marinade on it. We're going to mix it up again. But like I said, it's not the type of thing that has to go for a really long time. So if you don't have a long period to marinate, don't worry about it. It's still going to taste really good.
All right. I can't wait to show you Chrissy's beans. They are so delish.
Yeah.
I'm going to move our recipe over to...
Beans.
Where have you been all my life? So funny. Okay.
Okay, we have our
need to
pinto
chop them in.
beans.
So we've got, I've got 2 cans of pinto beans, so I put them right in the pot.
Yep. Okay, 2 cans of pinto beans, and then
I
there's a
just
lot that
use
goes into this
Just
one.
the typical 365 organic.
Yep.
All right, here we go. I want me to work on the onion while you do some other stuff.
Okay. All right, so 2 cans of pinto beans, 2 cloves of garlic, whole or minced. You can throw that in there as you see fit, because I won't be around for that when it's done.
Okay. Hold on, Debbie
Garlic
has
it
a
up.
question. I've also read that it's better to have mushrooms cooked. So do you really think it doesn't matter? So, okay, it all comes from this thing called, is it ergotamine? Is it?
Honestly, I don't know. I just know that.
And it's one of the I think it was Joel Furman that says, it's Joel Furman, who says that you should even just lightly steam or cook for 60 seconds and you'll blow off the poison, basically, that's in the raw mushrooms. But then I was reading further and there was some criticism online. You know how catty people can be. So there's criticism that this is coming from one study. Actually, it was like 1990. And so...
And there's no studies about
how
people
much
eating raw
veracity
mushrooms
and dying at
being
salad
poisoned.
bars. So I think it's fine, but in an abundance of caution, if it matters to you. I mean,
A lot of
these are
people
gonna be
think
grilled.
they taste better cooked, and I guess if you want to err in the, like with stuff like that where you're like not sure it gets in your head, just eat a little bit of it. Don't eat like don't chop up a bunch of mushrooms and eat like a ton of raw mushrooms. Maybe just eat not as many, because stuff like that can get in your head, and then you're like eating them and you're not enjoying them as much. So maybe we should.
Do you want a white one or a red one? Onion in here.
Okay, what?
Did you want a white or a yellow or a red onion in your beans?
Oh, white.
Yeah.
Yeah, the red. Yeah.
Red is for the skewer.
Yes. Okay, so I am going to find a cup. Where are the measuring cups? Okay, 1/4 cup of tomato paste.
Do you want a spatula, little one?
No, that's fine. This is fine. Okay, that works. And this is kind of nice because you just throw it all in the pot. And
This is kind of cumbersome.
we're going to do a tablespoon of Dijon. I love Dijon mustard. I put Dijon mustard on everything.
A garatine. Bam! I knew my brain would come up with it. The toxin in the mushrooms when they're raw, it's called the garatine.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, her brain. Holy cow, you guys. I've never met anyone like her. In the best, awesomest way possible.
Right. No offense taken.
2 tablespoons tamari. I was telling Kristi a story about, because it's like 92 degrees here, I was saying how when I took my 2 boys to New York, we went over the Brooklyn Bridge. And it was
I was just there.
Because she was just there and we were talking about it, and it was like 90, it was like 92 or 93, but the humidity was like 90% as well. But I had it in my head that we were going to walk over the Brooklyn Bridge. I'm like, we're doing it, walking over the bridge. And they were like, Mom, you're insane. It's so hot. And they were little. And I guess they were like in middle school and 5th grade or something. So the pictures look like they were that young. And we start going over the bridge and they start, like we get halfway across and they start with a string of like words that I had no idea they had ever learned or knew. And my husband and I are looking at it like, whoa, where did they learn these words? And we were so naive, like in middle school, like kids don't know curse words yet. But anyway, that was our first exposure to that. So.
Middle school, man. That's where it all begins and ends.
And whenever I'm this hot, I think of them.
That's funny. You think of the Brooklyn Bridge.
The Brooklyn Bridge.
And a string of expletives.
Exactly.
When the boys first started 6th grade, it was a new school, and it was on the heels of 2 years in the COVID Zoom business, right? So they were just going back into the classroom and went from their cute little quaint K through 5 to 2,200 students and 99 zip codes, Paul Revere. And they came home and they're like, Mom, some of these kids are so bad. If they came over, you'd ground them for a year.
I remember that.
And now my kids may have a string of expletives coming out of their mouths occasionally.
Okay, so we put in 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, half a teaspoon of chili powder. I almost put in a whole teaspoon of chili powder, which honestly wouldn't have done anything. A half teaspoon of ground cumin.
When I do other people's recipes, I usually...
You always like double.
I double the spices.
Yeah, you double the spices. Yeah, you do, which is good. I mean, these spices have great
power.
Great power. I can't find, here it is, sorry, it's right in front of me. The smoked paprika is gonna be 1 teaspoon. So as you can see, there's a lot going into these beans, which gives them so much flavor.
Much depth. Oh
so much depth, and then
so
you have
good.
the maple syrup, which makes them nice and sweet. Okay. Let's see what else. A couple drops of liquid smoke. If any of that you have ever used liquid smoke before,
you don't need more than a couple drops.
This is it. Yeah. The first time I ever used it, I just didn't have a measurement for it, and I wanted my whatever I was making to be
really smoky.
Woo! I used like a quarter of a teaspoon, and it was inedible. It was so sad. I think I was making chili. I'm like, I want that smoky quality, and
I did that once.
It had that quality, but
I did that once with a homemade spaghetti sauce that I was making from scratch. Like I walked all over New York. It was in New York at a friend's house, and I got all these little shops. I had to get peppers here and mushroom. I shopped for like 2 hours. Came home. Anyway, I was only 21, and I did not know the power of red pepper flakes. I thought, it's like dry, like sun-dried tomatoes, but peppers.
Yeah.
And I was like, choo, 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 choo.
No.
Let's do more. Destroyed the whole dinner. It was completely inedible. So hot.
So I'm just gonna put a couple drops. I never put it back in the pot or directly in the pot for the reasons we just spoke of. Just a couple drops, and because of the beans being, they'll be done. You can always, if you're like, I don't taste any of the smoke, you can do a couple drops again. I've used a toothpick to add more, like literally dip it in the liquid smoke. It's different if you use it in meat, which I've never used it in meat, but it probably doesn't take on as much of a punch. But in vegetarian dishes, it's very strong.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna put a couple drops, and then
I
we can
just
always
smell it
this
in
is
the room.
something we can add more. It's fine. You can add more later. You're like, I want more smoke. Then you can do it later.
Yellow onion is in.
Toothpick. Let's see. And I'm using my little check off to make sure that I've checked off everything, so I know. Salt and pepper. Do you want to add that later?
I'll do pepper now and salt. I like
Okay.
the salt to take. Well, now I'm less obsessed because I
Yeah.
have no sodium salt.
Okay,
But,
true. All right.
But it's all right here, so we'll just
Okay.
do a little bit of pepper.
Okay, little pepper. The reason is there's a cup of vegetable broth, and some broths, I mean, you can always look at the sodium content. Some have so much sodium, and those are always the ones that taste better. And then this one, I don't think this one has so much sodium in it, honestly. If it does, it doesn't taste like it. Yeah, 270 in a cup.
Yeah,
I mean, but when you, yeah.
There's
so.
200 milligrams of sodium in a teaspoon of salt, just for reference.
Okay, do we have a liquid measure? It doesn't matter. Okay. All right. All right, thank you. All right, so what is it, just a cup? Yeah. Because the beans are already cooked. You have to remember that. Do not make this with dried beans. It won't work. Find a recipe online for baked beans that are made with dried beans,
I'm
not,
gonna use the
not
rest of
this recipe.
Because what am I going to do with the rest of that?
Yeah, just use just
like
throw it
a
in there. Right.
teaspoon left.
And
Okay.
then there's 1 to 2 tablespoons of arrowroot starch. I don't remember if I add that at the end. I think I usually do.
Slurry it first, or do you just
Yeah, I always slurry it.
with water?
Yeah. Hold on.
We didn't put it in yet.
Well, I'm reading it. No, we were supposed to saute the onions first.
I thought maybe, but you know what? I bet you it's going to taste.
It's gonna. I think it'll be the
completely
same
fine.
because it cooks for so long. Yeah, you're not gonna see the finished product here.
You start on the stove. And then you put it in the
Ideally,
oven.
you can start with the onions in the pot and the garlic in the water, and you could water saute onions and garlic, and then add everything, and then add the beans. But I've made it this way so many times now. I kind of forgot that my recipe was
To
do that first.
Do we still want to put
because
it
they cook for so long.
just straight to the oven then?
No, I would get it going, heat it up on the stove, and then
And
yeah,
then
put it
what's
in
the oven supposed to be set at? We didn't actually do that.
Oh, we didn't.
Because I can't wait for there to be more heat in the kitchen.
Oh yeah, please bring it on.
375, I'm guessing.
350.
Okay.
That's why it takes so long.
All right, so we'll come over here and get this flame on. All right. This smells so good. I
Yeah.
love all the spices.
So you can get it all heated up, and then add the cornstarch.
Okay. Ethan's gonna be so excited.
Oh, good.
His favorite thing is baked beans.
Oh, good. You know what?
What?
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. The beans should be under liquid, so if that cup doesn't cover it all, then you can add more. It depends what type of pot you're using. That pot's big, so it's covered. But if it's not, and you're doing it in a smaller pot, cover the beans. We'll adjust that on the recipe.
And then, of course, just make sure your pot can go in the oven. This is a caraway that can go up to 550 degrees in the oven. You know, oven safe.
Okay, so I'm gonna make this slurry with the arrowroot.
Oh, did you see the little water there?
Yes. Okay.
I gotta get the grill.
Yeah, we
going.
do. We do. We were very ambitious today. We were like, let's make a million things.
I know.
I'm so excited to try your whipped cream. So we're gonna get the everything hot, the beans hot on the stove, top, and then we're gonna add.
Okay.
And it is advised by most lifestyle medicine doctors that you have at least 1 serving of beans every single day. So this is a good way to get them in, kind of a different way than putting them in a salad or putting them in a, just eating them in a bowl. Okay, they're heating up. How's it going out there?
Very nice.
Okay,
Just
the
getting
grill is
the heat coming.
going. And I think that now we can start putting these on the skewers. How you doing, Bobby?
Can you double check that this is on correctly? I think I did it. It feels hot. But
Oh, she's
make sure I got all
we have
three.
someone cooking with us, so we have to check up on her.
All
Special
right.
someone, our special guest. How's it going, Bobby? Good? Betty Ann, I'm excited for the whipped cream too. I haven't tried it. She came up with a recipe. She was like,
oh my gosh.
recipe testing and sent me a picture.
All weekend. I sent her a
whipped cream.
picture.
I was like, what?
And I can't wait to share it with you because it is ridiculously simple and Zippo fat. No nuts, no coconut cream, no fat. And it's so good. It's light and it's fluffy and it maintains its shape in the freezer.
I can't wait.
I couldn't wait. I'll take it out of the freezer to show you the one I made the other day, the one
Yeah.
I texted you.
Yeah.
Because I took it out yesterday to see what it was doing. I thought maybe it would harden up and become like a snow cone
Yeah.
or something horrible.
No.
It's like I just whipped it. It's fantastic.
Yay. The onions, I like to do like 3 layers because I like the onions really well done and crispy. So that's how I usually do them. What do you do?
Yeah,
Onions,
about that.
like that, yeah. I like them super well done. And I'm trying to like shield the tofu a little so it doesn't overcook compared to everything else. Do you guys have any general questions? Ask away while we're skewering. Oh, there you go. Look, she has the skewers.
I love
Yay!
Yours are pretty. I like it. She's got big chunks of it.
Yes. Oh, I forgot tofu here. And these can be served as is, or we often serve them over rice.
Oh, we're forgetting mushrooms.
I have some.
Oh, I'm forgetting mushrooms.
I like the skewers. They're heavy once it gets on there. And you don't have to make so many, which is nice. Oh, shoop. Okay. Here we go. Oh, sorry. All right. Do we have a duel?
Aha. All right.
It's a little tedious. You have to have some fun.
I have a question. Where do people go this summer? Any vacay?
I think we both went to New York. You went to DC.
I lectured at the International Conference for Nutrition in Medicine through PCRM. So that was in DC. That was just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And because we were headed back there and I wanted the boys to come, we went to Connecticut, Niantic, where I grew up spending all my summers.
Yeah.
So we visited all of my
So
relatives
nice.
there.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was very fun.
Yeah, good.
And from there, we took the train to New York, and we
New
did
York.
38,000 steps each day of 2 days.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I
it
know.
was like,
It's so easy to do that there.
it was fantastic.
So easy.
So we'll brush the residual marinade over this, right?
Although it sometimes comes with some foul language.
Across the Brooklyn Bridge.
All right.
All right, let me get. So you get the idea. So we can probably.
Yeah, let's just, we can do these
We can-
after.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
we'll-
guys don't have to watch us. We'll
Skewering.
just do this for another hour and you'll have to watch us skewer.
Let's open that pack. Do 6 more. Okay.
Oh, Alicia was at the PCRM conference and she loved your presentation.
Yay. Thank you, Alicia.
Betty Ann, can you do half water, half broth to less the sodium? Yeah, absolutely. Or just buy no sodium broth. So you still get the flavor, for sure. Yeah.
All right.
Bobby, you're doing separate skewers. Yeah, good call. Good call because
Of each food in case it cooks at different.
for the tofu. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, like I said, I've done it both ways, and sometimes I'm like, I wish I did the tofu separate. So, Paul will thank you. All right.
All right. We'll go outside with
Okay.
a little-
I'm not even paying
with a little
attention to
brush.
these little guys.
Oh, they're boiling.
Yeah, no, they're good. That's
Okay.
perfect. That's what we want. Because you want the onions to get like going in here before they go in the oven. It smells really good.
It does.
You know what?
Ready for the oven?
No, I didn't add the maple syrup to that.
Oh, you didn't?
No, that would be very
Talked
yucky.
about it.
We talked about it, but I didn't add it.
See the beauty of the check mark on the
Yeah.
cocoa lawn. Let me see what your mic is doing. Oh, it turned inside.
Oh, jeez.
Or gone. Oh, there it
That
is.
just, it's hiding.
Yeah. Let's see. There you go.
Thank you. Okay, so yeah, always go through your checklist because I did not put the maple syrup and these guys would not be as good without it. They really wouldn't.
All right. So turn the grill on just about.
I'm
5
going to add my
minutes ago.
arrowroot now that's nice and hot. My arrowroot slurry. Okay, now, I always like before I'm gonna cook something for like a good long time, I like to taste the sauce and just make sure there's nothing else, because you want the sauce to kind of really cook into everything. So you taste it and see
Oh, it'll have too much garlic for you.
No, I mean, I can taste it. It wouldn't kill me, but just like you're gonna eat it, so just taste a little of the sauce and it's gonna taste different. It's gonna keep getting more, like the flavors are gonna meld. It's just, is there anything standing out to you that's?
No, it's delicious.
Okay.
The first thing I tasted though was paprika.
Oh, okay.
Popped out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
See what you think.
Oh yeah, no, it's so good. Yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm gonna give it another good stir. And these are baked beans, not stovetop beans.
Are you ready to put them in the oven?
Yeah.
Okay.
And putting them in the oven just kind of slow cooks them and makes them a little more savory and a little thicker. You could probably just keep them on the stovetop and for a while and they'd probably be okay. If I did that, I definitely want to do the onion part ahead of time, which we didn't do. But yeah, sometimes I change recipes around. Sometimes that's a good thing and sometimes it's not always great. This one I know I've done this a bunch of times though, so it's going to be fine.
Okay,
But
so we've got the marinade.
sometimes
For
you want to follow it
brushing?
exact. Yes,
When
for
we-
brushing.
Should we put them on?
Yeah, let's put them on.
Okay.
Let's go. Yeah.
Do you like to
do it.
spray your grate?
No.
Or it's
Well, it
okay?
just depends on how worked over the grill is.
No, I think it'll be all right. Okay.
Oh,
It's all on.
it already smells good. I love the smell of a grill.
I know.
It's a nice clean grill you got going here.
That's Andy. He cleans it after.
And do you have a turner, like a mitt?
Yeah, I'll go grab
this
it.
one get pretty
Did
hot.
you want to?
Yeah, this is at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, at the very end. So, yep, I'm gonna put them on a nice hot grill. And they're gonna be on here for a little while because it takes a little while for the veggies to
I know. Do we want to?
grill.
We'll be back out with the peaches in
Yeah.
a couple minutes because I want to show you how to grill fruit.
Oh yeah, actually, why don't we do that now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah,
And then
because
I'll
these are
just
gonna
get the
sit
mitt
here
out
for
here.
a while. Thank you.
Okay. Can't wait. Can't wait to show you.
All right. Are we coming back in for now? Because the peaches aren't cut yet, right?
Nope.
Okay.
We're coming, and I'm going to start with the. I'm going to start with the whipped cream because it has to whip.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, this is for the peaches. If you can scoop 1.5 teaspoons of
Sure.
butter. So you can use butter or oil. I tried it the other day. I was doing different mixtures. Olive oil is disgusting on peaches. Okay. So I wouldn't do
All right,
that. A more
can't find
neutral
the
one like
measuring
canola.
spoons.
Or I like the buttery flavor because I'm trying. You know what? I think we put it in the sink. Let me
Okay.
get you a clean one.
Okay.
I like the, it's like peach pie filling to have it buttery.
Yeah.
So, and you're only using 1.5.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
it's a
the
half a teaspoon.
question usually is what is the best like fake butter to use? And none of them are.
They're all awful. They're all
None of
like
them are good for you.
hydrogenated. It's like
They're not but they're all
animal
like
versions
palm
of-
oil, and it's kind of a bummer. They're either coconut oil or palm oil, and so you get the saturated fat or not as saturated, but
This is
horrible
a
for the
blend.
environment. Yeah.
This one's a blend.
What you said? Oh, you said a teaspoon and a half.
Yeah, that's a tablespoon.
A tablespoon and a half. You said though.
But I said a teaspoon.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's take.
Rewind
that
the
out of there.
tape. What did I say? Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
So this is
so that's a
your
teaspoon and a
organic
half.
earth
Let me put
balance.
this
You
back.
know, what are you gonna do? My boys are gonna put this all over their toast and bagels and terrible foods that I look at and think, if only I could eat such things. But palm,
all did when we were
soybean,
12 or
canola,
13,
and extra
14.
virgin olive oil. Like it's a mixture of just
Yep.
a bunch of bad for you fat.
Okay.
Yep.
So
That's all I got. Okay. Okay, so I'm so excited to show you guys. All right, I did all the work for you. This is the perfect recipe, and it's so simple. It's like embarrassingly simple. But here's what I figured out was the key. Whip, 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 whip. Like seriously, I'm still whipping? Yes. 10 minutes it takes to whip this into a beautiful, light fluffy with stiff peaks. It's incredible. And let me show you what
Incredible.
what the secret is.
I'm going out. It's stuck on the grill.
Aquafaba! Okay, so I don't know how many of you have used it, but this is just chickpea liquid. I made a 3-bean salad yesterday. Andy's obsessed. I have to use 6 cans of beans, 4 chickpeas and 2 black bean, and I make my own creation of that Trader Joe's like babala or whatever it's called. Anyway, it's delicious, but I just saved it rather than showing you. So this is from chickpeas. It's half a cup. I think you get about 3/4 of a cup of aquafaba from a can, so you could just use it all for more whipped cream. But I'm just gonna pour this in, and I'm gonna add 1/4. That was mistake number 2 I made. Number 1 was not whipping long enough, getting impatient, and then thinking, oh, it's stiff, I'm done. And part 2 was getting the right amount of cream of tartar. So this is an acid. It's a crystallized acid made from the process of wine fermentation. If you're wondering, it's not cream from a cow. So it's an acid. So if in a pinch you're like, I don't have cream of tartar and you want to make this right now, you could do lemon juice or even lime. It's the acidity that we need that creates the stiffness. So I'm going to do 1/8, a 1/4 of a teaspoon. I started with 1/8, made a whole batch, and threw it away. Then I made a whole batch with cinnamon, and it was just a little bit too much like Christmas, straight up your nose. Like I didn't love it. I think a little dollop, like a little spritz on the dollop of whipped cream in the holidays would be like perfect.
Yeah,
but
or nutmeg,
I mixed
right?
it in, and it just was, ugh. So I threw that one away. And then I came up finally with this. Then, oh, this is I know TMI, but I did it in the Vitamix. Then I did it in a food processor. Then I did it with a handheld mixer, but that was before I realized I really needed 10 minutes. Ain't no way I'm gonna stand there for 10 minutes going.
Yeah.
And so.
Because it's not like cream,
mixer.
it's more like meringue in that it just takes a really long time of whipping it and getting a lot of air into it if you're using aquafaba.
Didn't I just give you the teaspoon thingamajiggy?
Did they make a butter with avocado oil and is it better? Yeah, I would think it would be better if it was just avocado oil. There's one of these Earth Balance that says avocado oil, but I think it still has the palm oil and the other stuff in it.
Where's my teaspoons? Didn't I just, oh, they're all in here, okay.
Yeah.
So here's the thing to remember about oil. I have yet another one. Ha! Okay. No matter how you slice and dice it, all oil is 120 calories of pure fat per tablespoon. What matters then becomes the breakdown of what fats are we talking about. Are there trans fats in there? Is it lard? Is it coconut oil, which is literally 90% saturated, bad for you, going to clog your arteries fat, despite how innocent it sounds and delicious. Coconut.
There was a little hope for coconut oil until the studies came out. And then the studies were like, no, it's just straight up saturated fat. It works the same in your body as saturated fat. So stop drinking tablespoons of it and putting it in everything, unfortunately, because it's so good.
What do I do with the cream of tartar?
I don't know.
Oh, back here. All right. So the magical amount was a quarter teaspoon. So to that end, if you look at the highest concentration of the healthiest monounsaturated fat, you're going to find it in extra virgin olive oil and organic expeller pressed canola, which is a shocker every
I know
time.
There's so much pushback on that one, but I mean
that's the facts. So
that's the facts. But the problem is canola oil is used in industrial cooking a lot. And it's not the expeller pressed organic. It's just not. So it has to be specifically that, or it's not as good for you.
If my gorgeous cameraman could possibly get a top-down view of my... Okay, I just want you to see how it turns. It's going to take 3 to 4 minutes before it turns into looking white and a little bit thick. Then I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of confectioner's sugar. I mean, it's whipped cream, people. It had to have sugar. And vanilla. And then we're going to ignore it for 6 more minutes and go about our peach making. And you won't believe it. I'm going to pull the one out of the freezer too.
Because I might as well.
All right, so I'll just start this on low so it doesn't splash about. Okay. I wonder if this is too noisy to hear me. Nope, okay. So now I'm gonna go make the mixture for the peaches. We're just gonna do a little bit of dusting. Whenever you grill fruit, it really does enhance like it enhances, of course, all the natural sugars, and it creates this little mixture that we're gonna make together. It creates like a caramelization of the surface that's just so delicious. You really have to do it that way. It magically transforms it, and it gives you that smoky flavor and those super sexy grill marks across the fruit, right? Perfection. So you really can grill anything. You could grill peaches, which we're gonna do, nectarines, plums, apricots, all your stone fruits, tropical fruit like pineapple, watermelon, mango, banana, cantaloupe, or whatever just makes you happy. Apples, oranges, grapefruits, pears, kiwi, fig, avocado. It's all been grilled with success. The best way to consume them, however you want to, I've tossed grilled apple slices into a salad. I have added cubes of pineapple skewers. That's a good one. Pineapple on the tofu kebabs. You can put chunks of grilled watermelon into gazpacho, which makes it very restaurant fancy. If you're gonna like garnish a mocktail, then I have some tips for grilling fruit. Okay. One, you want to choose a fruit that's fairly firm and not overripe. Otherwise, mush is going to be the end result. Second of all, you want to heat the grill on medium-high for 10 minutes. Then, if you need to scrape them, especially for people who cook something else like meat on there that would taste disgusting with fruit, make sure you clean your grates. And then I always spray them with a wee bit of cooking oil just before laying down the fruit because it really will stick and you can ruin it.
I ended up spraying the veggies with a little cooking oil. You don't have to, but they're gonna cook a little better.
Yeah.
If you do. Yeah, I added the tiniest bit while I was out there.
I don't spray the fruit, but you're gonna see my little magic mixture has the butter. We already saw the butter. So you're going to dust the cut side of citrus fruit and stone fruits, all the fruits, with granulated sugar before laying them on the grill. If you're going to use oil or vegan butter, but it sounds gross like it kind of does for a drink garnish, then don't use oil. Okay, I'm going to show you where we are.
Oh, look, Bobby's going out to grill.
All right.
Woohoo! Looking good. It looks good. Yay!
So pretty. All right, so here we're starting to get the peaks, right? And it's turned into a really pretty white color.
Oh yeah, it looks good.
Which is just shocking.
I want to stick my finger in there.
Not yet. So
Not
now
yet.
I'm just going to add a tablespoon. I'm just going to wing it. Do about, you could do anything anywhere from a teaspoon to a tablespoon for this amount of aquafaba, and then a half cup of the powdered sugar. And then we're just gonna ignore it for a while. 5 more minutes. And it's gonna be so perfect. You're not gonna believe how good this is. Well, you're not gonna be able to taste it from there, but I'll show you the one from the freezer. Okay, so back down this goes.
I'm happy to report that the tofu is faring okay with the veggies because we cut it so big.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So I was mentioning sometimes I put tofu on a separate skewer because I cut it up really small. We did really big chunks of tofu, and it's doing okay.
All right, so I'm putting this all the way to high, and I'm going to finish my little fruit discussion. So, where was I? Watery fruits. That's right. Watery fruits like watermelon and citrus, and denser fruits like pineapple and cantaloupe. They're going to do best with the grid lid down, and everything else I do with it open. And then to make sure you get those really sexy, perfect grill marks across the fruit, do not sneak a peek of the fruit or move it around on the grill for at least 3 minutes. And finally, you're going to use tongs for like a no mess, easy, safe flipping. All right, so with all that in mind, let me tell you my little glaze. It's going to be a teaspoon and a half of brown sugar, a teaspoon and a half of melted butter. I'm going to throw this in the microwave super fast. And then I forget how much cinnamon I decided on.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna be the taste tester on this because I love whipped cream. Okay, so what do you think of soybean oil? It's usually pretty processed. Soybean oil. We have a question. What do you think of soybean oil?
Soybean oil has completely lost all of the isoflavone content.
Yeah, it's so processed. Doesn't provide any.
For example, you'll get 25 milligrams of isoflavones like genistein and daidzein from tofu, edamame, tempeh. In soybean oil, it becomes 0.2 milligrams, like it's non-existent. So it just becomes yet another oil. It's more than likely not organic. It could be non-GMO. Remember, 96% of all American soybean crops are GMO. But thankfully, they feed the majority of that to animals. So unless you're eating the animals, you're actually always eating non-GMO soybeans. But I don't actually know how they make oil because I've never looked into oil, soybean oil. But yeah, I don't think it's not going to be a top choice. You've got to stick with the monounsaturated fats, and that's the olive oil and the canola. All right, so I'm going to put a 1/4 teaspoon. Oh, that's what I did. I had this 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon with 1½ teaspoons of brown sugar with 1½ teaspoons of melted butter, and I'm just going to mix all that up and brush the fruit. Okay. So we're going to take 2 peaches. These are already washed, but you'll want to wash them if you hadn't. And like I said, fairly firm. If they're underripe, I tried that for you also this weekend. If they're underripe, they stay pretty crunchy. Like, it's less satisfying. You do want it little bit of give so that when it cooks, it becomes more like the inside of pie, but not mush. I know. All right, so you know how there's like a natural line in the bottom of a peach? I follow that all the way around. And cut these guys in half. Then give it just a little twist and it'll come out. Just use, if you have to dig in there with a paring knife, do so, but I could get it out with my finger this time, so. This one I'm going to use my knife to just lever it out a little bit, the pit. There we go. So now it'll come out. All right, so let me get my butter. We're going to mix this up, brush the top, put it on the grill, and it's going to be 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay. Are you coming out to the grill?
I am. I'm just making the peaches.
Because our skewers are done. The first 3 we put on.
Oh, good. Okay, let's go see.
So we need a plate.
Yep, getting it. Oh my gosh, look at my whipped cream.
Thank you.
Does the camera outside work? Gorgeous.
Yeah, they look so
fun.
Good.
Stand on the side so they can see the grill.
All right, so.
Oh my gosh, they look picture perfect.
They do.
Amazing.
All right, so they're almost done, so we're going to brush them with just a little bit more, what we have left of that marinade, just a quick little brush. And then we'll turn them and give them another little brush. And everybody likes their grilled food done differently. Some people like it with like more of a char on it. You don't have the same issues with veggies as you do with the char that you put on, well, except for potatoes, I guess, right?
With what, you mean
well, you
the
don't
char?
have, yeah.
Doesn't create any carcinogens.
It doesn't create any carcinogens except for like fried potatoes where,
yeah,
when they're too hot, they create acrylamide. But anyway, we don't have any potatoes, so we're good.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about like over grilling veggies, whereas grilled meats, it forms carcinogens. So that does not happen with grilled veggies. So you can get them as crispy as you want. They're kind of like right where I like them. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that looks great. And now we're going to put our peaches down.
Okay.
So
yep, now we have room for the peaches. Close
my
up.
little marinade brush is already being used.
Hopefully you can see that. Look how good they look, and they smell as good as they look.
Okay, so we get a little pop of fire when the juice goes down there. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna leave those just for about 3 minutes, and like I said, hood up. We're gonna get the beautiful grill marks, and we're gonna go check on the whipped cream now, and I'm gonna pull the one out of the freezer
pretty good.
to show
I
you.
just saw it looks good.
Yeah,
Okay,
I just saw it too.
I'm gonna
Okay.
turn these.
All right. All right, guys, we're using this camera over here. This was my favorite part the other day when I lifted it up.
I have to get
Boom! It's like all stuck there. It looks so good. And then I want to show you the frozen one. So this has been in here since 3 days. Go ahead, taste it.
All right. Moment of truth.
Woo.
It looks really good. Holy cow, it's so good.
Did you see that face? It was like genuine, like love at first
really
bite.
good. Yeah.
And then stick the spoon in here and show them how, or I'll do them. I want to just show you how lovely it freezes.
I mean, it's a little warm now, so I have to try cold. Okay, you know what it tastes like?
So it just, look, it just is fluffy and light. It's been in the freezer for days, so it holds form.
Oh, I love that.
It's like marshmallows.
It's like marshmallows
But
and
lighter.
Cool Whip and whipped cream.
It's just so good. All right, yum. There's a very popular vegan restaurant out here that uses a lot of it. What are we talking about? Oh, soybean oil.
Oh, wait, soybean oil or aquafaba? Oh, no, soybean oil.
Okay, I think we have a fire.
Well, let's hope that they found one that
Think
is
on fire?
organic and less processed.
Oh. We have a little bit of...
Oh, wait, back out there.
I'm just going to turn these a little bit.
Okay.
The flame went higher over there.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not
look
sure
at
what happened, so pull them back. The
Oh, yeah,
last
it's
tofu.
burning off some stuff on the bottom.
I think
Anyway.
it's the juice from here.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
All I know is it smells so good. Yeah, these are going to need a little while because...
Okay, so we'll
just
give
put 'em
the
out.
peaches about another minute and a half.
Yeah, they're pretty firm.
Yeah. And then we'll do the dollop of whipped cream and a
Okay.
little sprig of mint. And you could do like a chick of nutmeg or cinnamon,
Okay.
like I said. But I think.
And you don't really need to check on the beans, but should we?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Let's check on them. It's exciting.
It's like a little baby.
Yeah. Little
Beanie baby.
Little baby. Little baby beans. All right, so let's check on them. They smell
Heavenly.
good.
Oh, they do smell so good.
All right, let's see. Ah, yes.
Do you want to bring
Yes,
it out
yes,
to the
yes,
camera?
yeah. Let me do it. Hold on. I will show you. It's bubbling away. I did not set a timer, did you?
No, but we put them in at.
They you know what? I'm glad we took them out because
5:30.
they definitely would.
Here, put them down.
They
Let
could
me-
do a little stir. I mean, they'd probably be fine if we didn't, to be honest.
Yeah,
You
but
just
they're a
have
little stuck on the side.
a little bit.
The sugar. Oh, they look so good.
Yeah, they smell good too.
So we
wanna
put them in at 5:30.
Okay.
So it's been 40 minutes.
Okay.
I think about an hour.
Yeah, at least. Yeah, it just, again, that slow cooking and all that flavor is coming together. There they are.
Our baby
And they're so much better than the canned baked beans, which just have a ton of sugar and not all the like amazing spices that we put in them that are super healthy. Oh, hold on. It needs to be covered. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna get.
All right. Yay.
I'll just pretend when the
great.
peaches are done and get a sample one to show the finished product.
All right. So how we do have someone cooking along with us, Bobby. How is it? Did you
let's
try
see.
it yet? Ooh, it looks so good. Yay, it looks great. Came out great. All right. Let me know how you like it. Let us know.
Look at these grill marks. Can everybody see me, Andy? I love the grill marks. It's like my favorite part of grilling fruit. All right, so back in.
Oh yeah.
So cute.
So good.
We'll put our
So
whip
squishy.
on there. And if it weren't 90 plus degrees, we would...
In the shade, because we are in the shade.
That's true. Then my mint sprig would be already wilting. I just bought them. Okay, but look at, they're so sad. Oh, this one's good. Okay.
All right.
So we got,
Okay.
hold on.
Here's our
Hold up
skewers.
our creations.
You just saw the beans. You have to pretend that you're having a little side bowl of beans.
Hold on, I need this to look super cute.
Oh, that does look super cute. Wowza. I think we need pictures of these photos.
I
We
know.
do that, yeah.
Sometimes
They
we,
look really good. We forget because we're busy.
I know, because we eat them and then they're gone. You can't photo it.
Yeah.
There, this is cute. I found 2 live ones. So cute.
Looks so
Happy
good.
summer.
Happy summer. Get out there. Make some grilled yumminess.
I know. Okay, guys, I have 2 announcements before we go. Oh my gosh, we gotta do, okay. So,
The giveaway.
we gotta do the giveaway. Here, okay, a bunch of things. All right, I'll talk after I do the giveaway question, okay? So, here is the giveaway question. If you're joining us via Zoom, sorry about everybody else, all you have to do is type in the correct answer in the chat. But as always, everyone, you get one and only one answer, and if you submit multiple ones, we'll just choose your first one. So what's the point of doing more than one? Also, if there is a tie, which has happened once before, we'll randomly select the winner. Now, for one fantastic NorPro skewer set, did you know that I went to Stanford? Not to become a doctor or a surgeon, actually. I thought I was going to be an actress. Ha! Who knew I would act on my own Cook Live with Kristi? But anyway, one day I had an epiphany in the middle of the night. And it just simply, it was like a voice that overtook my thoughts, and it said, "You're going to be a doctor." And I was like, oh, I think you mean I'm going to marry a doctor, right? Like, not going to be one. And it became a very serious calling.
They're cracking up. Yeah.
It's true. But as you can tell, I did eventually yield the voice of God.
Yeah,
and
thank God.
The rest is history. Oh, oops, I just slapped my mic. Okay, so now to the real question. How many weeks from when I first started at Stanford as a wannabe actress do you think it took until I had this epiphany? So I'll give you a hint. It was more than 5 weeks, but less than 100 because I didn't have remedial years. I finished on time. Okay, so type your answer in the chat and let the best woman or man win. And meanwhile, I do have 2 announcements for you guys because we hope you enjoyed the show, and we have a really, really fun next show coming up on September 18th, we decided, right?
I think so.
September 18th, it'll be at 5 p.m. PST again. You can already, you can't RSVP yet, but by tomorrow you will be able to.
It's going to be a quick show. Everything's going to be quick.
Quick. So we're doing high five for 10-minute recipes. So they're going to all be 10 minutes or less.
We're going to high five, we're going to cook for 10.
High five,
high
cook.
five, 10.
Yeah.
High five, 10.
So it's
and
like-
we're going to make a bunch of stuff in 10 minutes because you deserve that, because this went really long.
Because this was extra long. And because the kids and the husbands and the significant others, right?
Yeah.
They're all like, I'm hungry, when are we going to eat? And you're like,
But now you can be like, and there it is. Yeah.
So these are going to be fun, fast meals. That was announcement number 1. Announcement number 2. I don't know if Andy can throw this up on the screen for everybody. Okay, so I'm working with PCRM, Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine,
some
to
foreshadowing.
bring you, I appreciate the drum roll, I get it, to bring you the Let's Beat Breast Cancer campaign, which we have done every October for the last 4 years, and we will never stop. But now we're kicking it off nationwide. There are currently 32 different cities doing these drum rallies. Let's beat the drum for breast cancer. Get it? So we're gonna let's beat breast cancer by beating a drum. We have 3 different high school drum teams coming. We're gonna bang those drums for a good 30 minutes. We're gonna have food and fun, a little bit of Cancer Thriver celebration with some speakers, and I'll say a few words. So this one in LA, if you're local, please come. It's September 28th, which is a Thursday. It is 12 noon to 1 o'clock. It is immediately next to the Santa Monica Pier on the sand, near the bike path there. And there's a big parking lot for $15, or you can go up into the town, like for a 10-minute walk, and park for 2 hours free. Anyway, if you go to my Instagram, I did post the flyer there, so you can look at the details, and we'll be sending out an e-blast to all of our peeps so you can read about it again. But that's September 28th from 12 to 1, super fun drum rally. And our next episode is going to be a little bit of a repeat because another PCRM Let's Beat Breast Cancer campaign thingamajig we're doing, which is so fun, and was my idea. We're asking hospitals across the country, cafeterias, to present patients and visitors with the Let's Beat Breast Cancer Buddha Bowl. So we created the recipe in Spanish and English. It's like really pretty recipe card, and we have all these fun resources that we're printing out that are clickable, like people can just find different ways to get into a cooking class or get a mentor or join Power Up. Like, so we have all these resources. But the Buddha Bowl is very specifically created, of course, to be entirely vegan, with each ingredient being cancer fighting. So it's a very fun way.
I'm so glad hospitals are doing this, because if you've been in a hospital and you go down to the cafeteria,
eggs and bacon for breakfast.
Ooh, and they're serving you that in your room too half the time. So this is huge. Okay, Bobby did say that she's never grilled tofu before, and it's amazing. She added a little more spice because her husband loves spice.
Yay, go Bobby!
Yeah,
Thank you for cooking along.
Yeah, and you met
So
Bobby.
happy.
She came to the summit.
Yes.
Me.
Oh
Yeah.
Hi again. Yes.
Okay, so we have a lot of guesses of the amount of time that it took Kristi to have her epiphany. And you're going to look at that and figure out who's the big winner.
Okay.
Tofu dinner.
Andy, you're telling me, right?
Drum circle.
Behind the scenes, drum circle. Drum roll. Look how good that looks.
I know. We have to throw this back in the grill though. It's going to be cold.
Okay. All right, today's winner, Bobby Ferraro! Woo! All right. The correct answer was 88 weeks. So there you have it.
These will come home with me.
There you go.
Put them in my pocket.
I
Bring them home.
How convenient. All right.
All right.
So that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. We hope
Thank
you learned
you.
a thing or two, and it's always so wonderful to see your joyous faces. It really means a lot to us that you care and you show up.
So much. And try cooking along. We just had someone do it with us.
And she won
surprised
skewers.
me. I didn't even know she was going to do it. She won skewers. Her husband's having tofu for dinner. So yeah, it's all very, very good. Thank you for being here. And as Kristi said, it means the world to us. So thanks.
All right.
All right. See you soon.
You soon.